Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. So we'll start out with my Robinhood app, and as you can see, this past week I've done plus $4. And since this is the end of the month, we'll look at my month total return for the last month was $14.42. So basically for this year. So I'll just say I'm really happy with that. I did not expect that in my first month of investing I would come out in the green. I believe that a lot of that is owed to how well the stock market is doing in general. So I could make really bad picks and it's still doing well. But I've learned a lot so far in this last 4 weeks, and I look forward to learning more. All right, so as far as the format, I'm going to try something a little different. For each goal, I'm going to give an example or a strategy that I use to achieve that goal. So when I talk about the stocks, I want to talk about each week I want to go over like a specific stock and just kind of drill down and look at why I think it's what I like about it and what I'm worried about. So let's take a look right now at the first one. So the first company I want to look at is Corning, and I put this in my calculator and it quickly floated up to the top. So I started digging down deeper, and it's a glass company, and one thing I liked is that they're making glass for advanced optics. So that's going to be a growing market. I believe I have a strong opinion that wearable tech and augmented reality is going to be like the next big thing. And I think if it's their glass in these electronic devices, then this company is going to take off. All right, so let's look on my calculator. The price to book, it's not bad. PE ratio is a little high. The yield's a little bit low, so it's got kind of a low yield. And the other thing that worries me is that the yield is less than the 5-year average. But some things I like about it, its debt to equity ratio is below 0.5, so the company's pretty strong. And their current ratio is well above 1.5. It's a 2.69. So this seems like a really safe bet. So it's got a low return, but it seems like a safe company to invest in, and I see potential growth because of the emerging wearable tech market. So just looking at their cash flow statement, their net income, it's pretty steady. Their most recent posted was over $3.5 billion. Their cash flow from operating, it went down a little bit from 2014, but I'll have to keep an eye on that. And then the other thing that worried me was that it looks like they pulled out a lot of their investments here. And I think that might have been to buy stocks back, so that would be a good thing. I'm really looking forward. I'm not going to invest into this company yet until I get their 2017, because I learned that was a mistake I made with GameStop. I invested like the day before the report came out and the stock just started plummeting. So I'm going to wait until I get the 2017 report, and then I'll take another look at these financials, and then I'll probably pull the trigger. Looking at it from its valuation, using the Buffett Books calculator, it comes out with an intrinsic value of about $34.23, and it's currently trading at $34.38. So it's right on target for what its value is. And what I'm running into, and I've heard some investor podcasts mention this, is that a lot of stocks on the stock market are overpriced. So everything's selling at a premium value. So to find one that's selling at its intrinsic value, I feel is like a good buy or a good find. So that's definitely what I'm keeping my eye on. I'll just quickly go through one of my other strategies. Now I'm in way too many stocks right now, and I don't want to be in so many stocks that I can't keep track of each individual company that I'm in. So I want to be able to watch each company, and I'm in too many. So what I'm going to start to do now is weed them out. So for every stock, every 2 stocks I get out of, I'm going to add one to my portfolio. So I've got the ones that I plan on getting out of, and the reason I'm going to sell is that I know that my money would be better placed in another company. So that would be the only reason for selling. That's going to be with probably Ford, GameStop, and I think I'm going to hold General Electric. I still think General Electric is going to climb back up to the $30-$35 range. So I might get out of Kraft. That was one I just bought off of another investor's opinion. So that was like my first week just starting out. I'm definitely keeping ExxonMobil. I really like their financials. They actually floated to the top of my sheet, coming in at third place. And I'll be hanging in Pfizer. And Phillips 66, that one I also like. Whoops, I'm not on the screen. PSX, I like the financials for this. The cash flow statement was a little weird, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. But overall, I like this company and I like the yield. PE ratio is a little bit high though. So like I said, I'm going to start, as I sell 2 off, I'll put 1 more in. So it kind of shrinks the amount of companies that I'm in. And I try to diversify amongst automotive, tech, retail, and Asian markets, and then robotics, and then oil, which would be the Exxon and Phillips 66. So I'm trying to diversify, but I just don't want to get too spread out. So, all right. So do I have 200 invested? Yes, I do. That's a good one. I'm actually at 1,500. So 200 times 4 weeks is 800 plus my 5 is 13. So I'm $200 ahead. I think that might have been some Christmas money that I had left over. And I'm just getting really anxious to invest in companies. So I feel like I don't want any of my money in cash right now, especially when the market's going up and up and up every day. It feels like if I have my money sitting in a savings account, it's just not, it's just lost potential in my opinion. So I'm a little bit ahead of schedule on that, but that's all right. Sobriety. All right. So what's my tip for sobriety? And by the way, yes, I have stayed sober for an entire month now. Since this is my last video for the month, I just wanted to share a strategy that I'm using. And it may not work for everybody, but I will say that anybody with an addiction, it's incredibly hard to break. It's just, whether it be tobacco, chewing tobacco, cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, whatever you're addicted to, it's an incredibly difficult thing to break away from. So one of the strategies I use is there's a gas station that sells beer relatively close to my house. And it closes 30 minutes after I get out of work. And I live 20 minutes away. So if I leave right at the buzzer, I can get to the gas station before it closes and I can buy the beer and take it home. So one strategy I've implemented is I just stay 10 minutes late. I find something to do. I'll start cleaning up a little bit later. I'll finish up some emails. I'll just stay 10 minutes late, and then that way when I finally drive past the gas station, it's already closed. So it's like the decision is made for me. I don't have to go through the mental battle of should you buy it or shouldn't. Because if you're an addict out there, and if you're not an addict, this isn't going to make any sense. But if you're an addict, the hardest part is your own mind convinces you that the best idea at that time is to get whatever you're addicted to. So it's like your whole brain convinces you that that's the best thing you can do at that point is to buy it. So for me, the whole day I would say I'm not going to drink, and then right at that point, my whole mental state would change, and I'd pull in the gas station and get the beer. So by getting out a little bit later and just pushing myself past the closing time of that gas station, there are a lot of days where I can just drive right past it because it's closed. So I don't even have to think about it. There's no option. And that seems to be working for me, especially on the weekdays. But I have other strategies I'm using. I'll share those in other videos. But that's just the one. That's just one I wanted to share with you guys today. Because the other purpose I want for these videos, not only for the vlog to be a sort of a journal so I can go back and look at the mistakes that I'm making, but I also want to share how I'm improving my life, because I was the alcoholic that was broke, that escaped into video games, and I really just wasn't improving my life in any way. And it's almost like a spiral. The poorer you get, the more depressed you get, the more you drink, the poorer you are, and it's like a never-ending spiral that goes down. And I'm finally finding my way out of it, and I want to help other people do that too. So that's my plan, just to share a couple strategies each video. Did I lose 0.6 pounds? Let's look. Yes, I did, but I'm starting to plateau. So I was at 228.8 last week, and this week I'm at 228.4. So how much I'm losing per week is definitely dropping. So that was my only strategy so far, was just to stop drinking sodas and beer and eating out like constantly. But now that I'm starting to plateau, I'll have to do something else. I'll probably have to exercise, and I don't like to exercise, so I'm probably not going to do much. So what am I doing to help myself achieve another 0.6 pounds next week is my wife and I are going to start swimming at the local college pool, and it's like $5 to swim for the 2 hours that it's open on Sunday. So I'm just going to start out once a week because, like I said, I really hate exercising. It's just annoying. But I got to do something because if I plateau, then I'm going to fall behind my goals relatively quickly. So that's my plan for weight loss. Trying a little bit of exercise. A little bit, not very much. Did I lose 6.6 pounds? Yes, I did. And plus 20 subscribers. No, I don't have any. I think what I'm going to start to do is use the Twitter as a to start putting any tweets to references that investors might find interesting, especially new investors. I'll start tweeting and retweeting those so that my Twitter feed is actually like a huge reference document for people to start learning about investing. And I'm going to do the same thing on YouTube. I'm going to start playlists, so if I find a really good video that teaches a basic principle clearly, then I'm going to add that to my playlist. So I'm going to try to start networking that way. And Reddit's going pretty well too, but you can't really create a playlist on Reddit. So that's that. Thanks for watching again, and please, if you're watching this, leave a comment so I know I have somebody watching. And if you like the video, please subscribe. You can be my first subscriber, and I'll give you a huge shout out. But in the meantime, stay profitable and stay sober, and thanks for watching.